Boom. We are good. And we are back. I'm quoting Aiden when I said we are good. I said, are we good? And he said, we are good. And now we're starting. Welcome back, baby. Absolutely show. It is I, Lee, Lee Kimbrell even, just to make sure that you're aware. Welcome back. And I'm in the home studio with our boy, Aid Daddy, the Nashville Pod Daddy. How you doing?
We are good.
We are good. That's good. He's gone Hodor on us, man. We've broken him, dude. The podcast universe of Nashville has just snapped him.
I turned into a soundbite.
Yeah, he goes, we are good. He's just talking in ad-libs. Put this guy in the white Migos. You'd be good. Oh, man. I hope that this message in podcast form reaches you well. It is sometime in early May. And hopefully it's not as cold as it is right now. It's kind of chilly right now in the first week of May. I was looking for more of some May flowers than May light jackets. But hey, what are you gonna do? As always, you're listening. Thank you for that. Like, subscribe, share, comment, print off an episode, get the transcript and print it off and then bind it and then make a book version of it and then fill your bookshelf with every episode of Absolutely. How are you going to get the word out this week? Actually, that seems like a pretty decent one, man. Take the transcript of every podcast, make it into a book form, and then over the course of a year, go and trade those books out at the public library.
This is me workshopping off you.
No, let's work. Let's
All right.
work. No, we got to get the word out, man. We're going to do this.
So instead of the full transcript, get your favorite quote and then put the episode and write that down in a stall maybe.
Or, okay. We're talking like guerrilla graffiti out here.
Yes, yeah.
Love that.
Little graffiti.
Yeah, I like that. I like guerrilla graffiti in a stall of a bathroom. I do like that. And maybe not even a transcript of the episode. Maybe a transcript of the episode is the first part of the book, but then write fan fiction about the episode that you listened, Maybe you write some fan fiction about like my mom bringing a hornet's nest in and maybe it gets steamy for you for some reason. Or maybe I'm like, I throw my fishing pole in the creek while I put my first dip in and you can, write a story about that. I'm just looking back at some great Absolutely moments. I just could think of two. There's plenty more out there and you're listening, so you know that. But yes, we are just back. As we say, in the saddle. Back in the saddle. Been back in Nashville since Sunday. Was out on the road up in hometown Lexington, Kentucky. Getting to visit Honey and Baba, but then also, open up for Theo's special recording, Take Two.
The venue looked beautiful.
Lexington Opera House. Yeah. All-timer, man. Very, very old. I think 1874. And then it burned down at one period of time. But yeah, man, Lexington Opera House seats 952 with the Netflix in there, probably 926. I don't know how many people were in there. It was, just hot shows, man. But the Lexington Opera House is perfect. I think I performed there in like third or fourth grade with Miss Eastwood's class singing A Beaver Builds a Habitat. We've been over this, but it was great, man. That's 1874. That's a crazy time to be building an opera house. 10 years post Civil War, but then you remember Kentucky was neutral during the Civil War, so we had time, man. We were like, it's not the best look of all time to be neutral during the Civil War, but that's a fascinating aspect of the American Civil War is Kentucky. Lot of documented cases of brothers killing brothers and stuff. And I think a lot, 7 or 8. But even if that's the case, that's so many, being down there was awesome. It was Take Two. I think I talked about Theo's,
yes,
but I don't know if I released it. I don't know if I put that one out. I might not have put that full episode out. I'll have to go back and look. When I was talking about New York, maybe I did. I can't remember if I discussed it or not. But yeah, the first time he tried to film a special up in September in New York was not good. And it was just rough, man. The planets aligned to have two bad shows in one night, and it was brutal to see, man. And everyone involved, it was just kind of a bummer of a night. And but the boy did it. We went back. We filmed it in Lexington, which feels so cool to me because it's my hometown, and he got it in the can. And I'm very proud to have helped play a role in Theo Vaughn getting his special finally recorded. Been on that job for a long time, brother. Been on that job for a long time, man. And he was just hot. He was hot. Dude, he's the only guy in the world who walks out on his special recording day and is like, wonder what I'm going to close on. Like, boy, lets it rip. And he's probably got a couple lines that are going to end up in that special that I hadn't heard him say in 2 years. Just like little riffs, little descriptors. Like when that guy is on, there are few better. It's just he is lightning in a bottle.
That's really insane because very few people have probably seen him as much as you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See new lines.
No,
like,
I'm
you would have
serious.
seen those.
New descriptors. I'm not talking like new full stories and bits and everything, but I'm saying in a joke where he's told a million times where he's killing, he'll just throw in some new little Theoism that is sick. It's fun to watch him work, man. It is. He catches a lot of flack, and some of it is deserved, and some of it isn't. Just like everyone else in the world, But he's got a good special coming out, so be on the lookout for that, man. Proud of him. And since we're talking about it, I forgot to bring it up, dude. Busboys. I didn't talk about the Busboys premiere.
No, yeah.
Shout out Libby Higgs, dude. I know we're a little late on the Busboys train or whatever, but that was sick. I got to go to the movie premiere with movie ruiners Nick Canaday.
Shout out,
man.
We love
it was so sick that I was able that he was able to come up and do that, man. Yeah. I was so hyped. He's helped me out and given me so much cool stuff, like literally, like so many presents. And it was nice to get him there.
He's big gift giver.
One of the best. Yeah. Definitely the best in the podcast game.
For sure.
Maybe the only. Maybe the only, dude. You might get a hunk of raw elk meat if you go do Rogan or something, but no, man, as far as gift giving, the Movie Ruiners pod, no one better. But we were there and we watched it and we got to, it was sick. It was just like a little red carpet in a Regal. It was right over here.
That had to have been your first movie premiere.
For sure. Yeah. It's the first time I've actually witnessed a real red carpet. And it's not, whatever. It's real red carpet, whatever that means. But it was awesome. It was just a fun experience. And Libby was there, and I got to hang with her, and Harry and Dusty was there.
Nice.
And just a great hang, man. Great hang. I met Candace Owens. That was crazy. That was crazy. I saw Brett Cooper, who I've opened for at the lab before, and she was talking to Candace Owens. And I was like, well, I have to meet Candace Owens. I mean, what? No matter how you feel about her, it's crazy. If you shake her hand, it made me laugh. I was like, hey, Brett, what's up? And she was like, it's my friend Candace. And I shook her hand, and it was just like shaking it was so soft. It was so soft. It was a little feather. And she goes, hi, I'm Candace. And I'm like, yeah. Nice to meet you, Candace Owens. You crazy girl. Get after it, sister.
That is really wild. Something I was thinking about the premiere. Is it like I'm assuming it's a very emotional. Because here's the thing, because we get excited when we put clips out.
A whole movie.
Yes, and then
the producers were there, and the director was there. Yeah, I mean, that is a whole different way to display your creative.
Yeah.
Because especially for my world, it's outside of podcasting, it is just immediate response. You find out immediately. It's like I say something, the crowd laughs or doesn't. Boom, instant feedback. But then you make a movie. I mean, dude, Theo, I swear to God, worked on this movie in some capacity every day for like 2 years. And then that's just Theo's part of it, not the whole team and the crew and like the people who produced it and directed it and all that stuff. Like, just a lot of work went into it. And then the editing takes like longer than it does to even shoot the movie. And then, yeah, you just put it out there for the world and you have to sit in a dark room and be like, oh, crap. Do people like this or not? It's just such a different thing.
That's what I mean by like emotional. Like I almost picture.
Oh, it's tense.
I almost picture there being like chatter, just being like this part, this like, because I would almost be like, see how I did that there.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, I would say that they're not you. These are like professional. They've been in the business a long time,
sure. Yeah.
I love Aiden. He's like, well, yeah, if I edited a movie, I'd be sitting there during premiere like, that was me.
Yeah, but I just picture some chatter. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, there was chatter, and I was sitting like, I was sitting around the people who were the most nervous about it,
Yeah.
Like I knew the producer, some guy named Ezra, nice guy, great haircut, as bald as me. And yeah, it was very fun. I thought the movie, it's a fun little romp. Don't go and watch it if you're like want to go see the greatest movie that's ever been filmed. But I had a blast watching it. It's fun. I can't wait to rewatch it when it comes out. It's a silly movie. It's like if Joe Dirt was stupid. It's fun, man. I was proud of them, and then most proud of Libby, dude, who is in the Aiden Pod Daddy universe. Miss Crystal, Libby Higgins, she killed it, dude. Crushed it, stole every scene that she was in. Really is just a great actress.
Got to be the mama.
Got to be the mama, man.
Yeah.
Just looking for a penis. And and I had not to air out all her stuff, but I did have a wonderful moment with Libby when we were walking out of the theaters, and we walked out and everybody was over there taking pictures and stuff. And then Libby walked out and just had a beautiful moment where, she wasn't like sobbing, but some tears came to her eyes and she was like, I'm in a movie.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm an old lady. I'm not supposed to be in a movie. I just saw myself on a movie screen. And I was like, I'm not trying to put out some nice intimate moment, but I just wanted to brag on her. It was sick. I was like, Livy, you're a beast, dude. You killed.
Did she have the meta glasses on?
Yeah. And I didn't know. And Harry was there too, and he had the meta glasses on. And I'm just sitting there and I'm hugging her. I go, I know you're emotionally vulnerable because you're letting me hug you. Literally saw myself say that on Instagram the next day. So actually, I don't feel bad at all, man. Never mind. Libby sobbed in my arms. It was beautiful, dude. She got me on the meta glasses. I forgot about that. Man, I've been debating. It's so scary. It's like there's a lot of stuff that happens during my day where I'm like, it would be nice to have some meta glasses right now. But I don't need to go that far, man. That just seems like it's too much. It's gilding the lily. It's like I'm already so addicted to my phone. If I want to take a picture, then it's fine. But
I think maybe one day it'll get to a point where it will be able to isolate moments that you want to search. But in the meantime, that would be you scanning through hours and hours and hours of footage.
Correct.
It would just be not worth it.
It's so much.
Did you? Because if you want to catch those moments like you're talking about, like it would have to be like.
No, I was talking just like moments that I guess it was just specifically to yesterday. I was taking Frankie on a walk, and it was sunny when so I make the loop.
Yeah.
There's 2:00 is prime taking a walk time if the sun is up in the sky, because I can head west I can come out of my street and take a left and then a right, and I can head west towards the setting sun. Or it's not setting, but it's like right here. If 12 sun is right here, then 2 sun is right here. And 2 sun's in Arizona. So if I leave it 2, then the sun I'm like, she's shaded. But then when I come back around the circle, the sun's hitting her. So you got to get creative. And what I did was I took a blanket and I put it on top of the little bassinet, and then I held it like with my hands on the handles of the stroller so that she wasn't covered up because it was hot. I didn't want her to get hot in there.
But shaded.
But she needed to be shaded. We needed airflow, not heat. She wanted the blanket because she fell asleep on the walk. That's been a great thing that's been happening. It's when I told Aiden that I loved him. It's when she goes, yes, that's what happened. I told Aiden that I loved him because my baby went to sleep on a walk and I got to hang out in my front yard. So it was nice. I can't even, oh yeah. The wave percentage. I put a little video out about like how much, and I've talked about this before. I ran an experiment, man, and it was very disheartening. Depending on how you look at it, disheartening, right? So I threw a little video up on Instagram last week, and it was true. I would think I went 12 for 12 waving at cars and having them wave back. All right, and then I was reciprocated 3 head nods, which is nice. And now I'm like really getting into it. Like I'm making an effort. I'm curious. I want to know if people actually like enjoy hitting the wave or not. So here's the experiment I ran. I didn't initiate the wave. And 10 cars passed by, and I got 1 wave.
I was going to say people
The data was skewed because I initiated every wave. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that does break my heart on some level. But then also, no, it doesn't. It doesn't break my heart. Just turn it around, baby. Let me be the wave. I'll start the wave. I'm okay with being the guy to initiate the wave. As long as the wave happens. Just a smidge of human contact. Anything.
Yeah.
We need it. We need community, even if it's just this. Not that. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. Not that kind of community. Just, hey, how we living?
I recently have been trying to let some more waves fly. I'm not going crazy with it. But what I have noticed is people are happy to hit a wave back. Exactly what you said. Yeah, people aren't.
So you're thinking most people are just kind of nervous to initiate the wave.
Nervous or maybe not even thinking about it.
Yeah, don't even think about it. I just don't. I wave at everyone I see. What's up? How we doing? I mean, dude, are you hitting eye contact like at Kroger and stuff? Like when you're walking around, like how much are you like interacting with somebody coming down the aisle? Are you hitting them with a, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, for sure. Especially if someone's in we're in each other's way.
If you're like hand is forced.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just really been going out of my way, and it's enhanced with Frankie. When I have Frankie, eyes are on us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She's a cute baby. What do you want me to do? Yeah. When I have Frankie strapped onto me, eyes are on us, and then the ball is in my court to just be like, dude, I'll interact with anybody who wants to. You know, anybody who wants to, man. I love that Kroger, dude. My Kroger down in Goodlettsville went viral. It went viral. It was crazy. I made the corniest comment ever on a video. No, there was some account who was like doing like a nice prank, which I appreciate. I love doing a nice prank. They went and got a bag of Doritos, and you're not going to be able to find it, I don't think. They went and opened a bag of Doritos and then put a $20 bill in there, and then they like heat sealed it back up so that it looked like it was still open. And then they went and checked out, and the guy just gets, after he pays for the Doritos, opens them up, takes a $20 bill out, and hands it to a non-binary gentleman and named Grayson, who is my dog, who I fist bump all the time, man. And that was at my Kroger in Goodlettsville.
I found it.
You found it?
Yeah.
It's an excellent. Yeah, that's it. That's my Kroger.
I've seen this video.
That's Grayson, dude. That's Grayson. And I don't know if they're non-binary, but you do the math. He looks like a they. And that's good. I love Grayson. He's nice. He's very attentive. There's a great crew down there at the Goodlettsville Kroger, man. Yeah, that made me happy. I've been talking about the Goodlettsville Kroger for months now, and then they get bestowed with a kind internet prank. Count me in. Oh, man. You know, this is the first episode without any water or coffee, but guess what? Daddy's got some sun tea. Anybody care to take a venture a guess what that is? Well, it's sun tea summer. And I'm not talking about us drinking sun tea all summer. I'm talking about Summer, the pod wife. She makes sun tea, which is sick. Do you know what it is? Water, tea bags, sugar. Maybe hit it with a stir. Just put it out in the sun. The sun does the work. Brew it over time. God, you want to talk about some beautiful, just crunchy Appalachia country hillbilly goodness.
It is country hillbilly.
Oh yeah, it's country hillbilly.
Hippie.
It's country hippie. It's crunched up. That's the funny thing about it is it's like everyone's perception of groups of people. It's like largely stereotypes are real. That's why they exist. But there are so many like misconceptions about different cultures, and it's like the country hillbillies, they are some of like the crunchiest hippies that exist out there. There's obviously, there are people in southern Indiana who live off of Mountain Dew and Doritos without the $20 bills in them, if you know what I'm saying. And but then just like if you go to a holler, you've just got some little old grandma who's moving around like she's 65, but she's 80, and she's just like, I drink dandelion tea. She's like, I've never washed my hair. And you're like, yeah.
Summer and her mom are on the dandelions.
Of course they are. Yeah. Summer and Aiden have become real botanists over here. They put about 20 plants into the soil, breaking the earth. There's no closer way to God than to break the earth with your hands. Thomas Jefferson. That's what he said, that. EJ.
Unfortunately, not really in the ground. Everything's in a raised bed.
He's getting an apartment. That's why I said dirt, not ground.
Thank you.
That's why I said dirt, not ground. I was going to say ground, but then I was like, not in the ground.
That'd be like me saying I read the book when I listened to the audio.
Yeah, I read an article, TikTok video. Yeah, 100%. No, they're not in the ground, but they're in the dirt and soil, and the soil is what matters, right? God, I'm glad that you're communing with the plants, brother. Oh man, so am I. Not as much with you. I think we're both fighting squirrels. I think if you're going to be planting plants, you're going to be fighting squirrels. Fed up with squirrels. I put some tulip bulbs in the ground not too long ago. God, who knew? Dude, favorite food? Tulip bulbs. Squirrels love a tulip bulb. So fought them on that, sprinkled a little cayenne pepper above it. Did you do that too?
That's what Summer's mom's been recommending.
Yeah, sprinkle a little cayenne pepper. So you can eat my you can eat my tulip bulbs, squirrels, but you're going to have human diarrhea. So that's on you, Fluffy. But what I'm really excited about is the elephant ears. Got the elephant ears both in the ground and in a pot. The pot's really going to start cooking soon. Stuff in a pot blooms faster than stuff in the ground initially because the pot is warmer. They can stay warmer. Like the pot heats up or whatever. And
that
it's
rings true with what we got going
Yeah,
on.
exactly. So the elephant ears, they're already popping down there at the old Goodlettsville Manor where me and my little family live. And dude, we have a pet. Speaking of nature, we got a pet. He lives outside and is cold-blooded, but it's a skink. Oh yeah, it's a skink. I threw that on my story, dude. That's an absolute adventure. We have a skink. Look up the skink. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's just skink, but
that's right. Yeah.
But they're heavy here in Middle Tennessee, and you can tell he's a boy because he's got a bright red head, a bright red orange head, and we were calling him Frank Skinkins for a while after my uncle, but then we've been loving the pit, so now we are calling the skink Dr. Robbie. After Dr. Robbie from the pit. And big movement in the skink game. He got a girlfriend, Dr. Alashimi, who you can tell is a lady skink because she is just a little bit smaller. And instead of an orange head, she's got a brown head. And we haven't seen them in a day and a half. So we think they're down there skanking it up to make baby skinks.
Skanking it up.
I think they're skanking and skinking to make some baby skinks.
Yeah, I think they're just skinks.
Yeah, and this he's a unit. Like if they have enough to eat, they can just get big. He can get to almost a foot long.
Yeah.
Not like thick. I mean, but like a skink counting his tail, he's probably this big. He's probably 9 inches long.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
What's weird about it, we didn't have them in Indiana. We had like salamanders, like the smaller ones. Which
And I
is
thought
just
it was a
different-
salamander. I was like, that's a skink.
I think they're all different types of skinks, actually.
Yeah.
but the thing
It all starts with skink, is what Aiden's saying.
all
Dude, what a great name.
Yeah.
I love skink. I've been saying skink so much.
But these ones down here, they almost look like snakes with their build.
The first couple times I saw him whipping back in before he got comfortable with us, I thought we had a snake in there. And it sucks that I'm hyped on a skink and wouldn't be as hyped on a snake when really a skink is a snake with little tiny hands. Just like little tiny hands. They're the same thing. A snake is just a tail with a face on it. Yeah, I don't know. Snakes, that's like a deep-seated thing. I don't hate them. Like, I wouldn't just kill a snake if it was on my property. But I have before. My pop hated a snake. God, I've chopped a lot of snakes in half with a shovel, man. Yeah. I have witnessed many a snake. But not my brother, dude. My brother was like that, literally like the crocodile hunter. We'd look over at Steven starting when he was like 9 or 10 years old, and he'd just have a snake by the head. I mean, a snake big enough that it's like wrapped around his entire arm. Not a little snake, you know? Yeah.
Never me. Never.
You're not a snake man?
Never. I one time I accidentally picked one up when I was like real little, like probably 5, and threw it, that kind of thing. I thought it was a worm, but
Yeah.
it was like a little guy. But then the more recent one, when I was in high school, I was outside doing some yard work and I was barefoot and I stepped on one. Didn't get bit though. That was probably the highest I've ever jumped.
I mean, if the garter snake bit you or whatever, it's whatever. But I have this vivid like snapshot memory. We had this creek down at the farm that had a bridge going over it, and then off of that bridge we had just like a little bait trap, like a little metal thing that little tiny fish can swim in, but they can't get out. And I have this vivid memory of being like 10 or 11 years old, and I'm like laying down on the bridge and I'm pulling the trap up, and you can start seeing it when it gets like closer to the surface or whatever. And then I'm like, man, that's really moving around in there. And then I kept pulling, and it got to like 4 feet in front of me, and it was just like 50 cottonmouth snakes. Like it was a nest. They were all babies, but mama was there, and it was just I'll never forget.
That's a nightmare.
That's actually a nightmare. Yeah, it was a nest of copperheads, which are poisonous.
Someone could have died like that before.
Yo, someone has died like that
Yeah.
before. I'm pretty sure my pop lied and was like, "Oh, I remember Billy. He died from that very thing," or something like that. He would embellish like that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to embellish as an old man. I embellish as a present young man. God, it's going to be crazy in the future. So I've leaked it out a little bit, but it is starting. I know some of you guys who listen are dads. So Aiden, you have a special announcement? No, I'm kidding.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, Summer just told me when she gave me the sun tea. Enjoy your trip. No, but I'm starting. I'm doing it. I've got a whole new podcast. First episode's coming out on May 11th, next Monday. Life of Dad, presented by Nate Land. We did the first episode yesterday. It was fun. I tell you what, man, really feels easy to podcast when you're not the only person talking. Dude, I am so thankful to do this podcast, and it has just enhanced my podcasting ability so much. Because if there's just another person to talk, and I can just kind of because Aiden hops on the ones and twos, but it's very nice for someone else to be like, start a thought and be like, oh yeah, let me elaborate on that. Because I come across as a crazy person because a lot of times I'm both starting the conversation and then having it just with me.
Yeah.
It's enough to make you go mad. But no, we're in it. I said at the very least, I wanted to get to 52 episodes before we start having guests on here. And we're getting close to that. So
It's 51.
This is 51.
Yeah.
In one more episode, you're going to be able to run back every episode once a week for a full year.
Yes.
You know, I'm so proud of that.
Yeah.
That seems psychotic to have done.
No, yeah, it's a huge milestone.
We've put a lot of work. It's like
Yeah.
one of the only things I've ever seen through
And
so far. Like
the thing that I was kind of, and you know, the format will find itself, but it could be a thing to where, well, like we've said, like the guest could be behind the Patreon. There's so many ways to go with it. So
I know.
especially if you decide that you like having a guest.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, guests are fun.
Yeah. And here's
It is
the
nice.
sorry, I didn't finish my thought was, and then there's no pressure if you can't find a guest because you've been doing this.
Because this is what we do.
Right.
Yeah, the guest it can be like a special little treat.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Who'd be a good guest?
I mean,
Abraham Lincoln's ghost. We're going to get Abraham Lincoln's ghost on with John Wilkes Booth's ghost on. Podcast of the century. God, if I had crazy amounts of money, I think I would do stuff like that. I would just sit down and in full earnest just have like just interview a hologram of Abraham Lincoln,
that's pretty. I mean,
but try to like riff with him and stuff. People are going to do that. I'm sure it's already out there. I think some like kind of weird far right guy interviewed an AI version of George Washington. Could you look that up? Could you look up AI George Washington interview? I can't remember who did it, but God, maybe even Tucker. God, if Tucker did that, that would be such a bummer. There's no way.
he's a psyop.
Yes, he's totally a psyop. Complete
Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck. That is some Glenn Beck ass shit to do.
Yeah.
Glenn Beck interviewing AI George Washington. AI George Washington comes back. You know they had to write something in the AI George Washington code to make sure that he didn't like get angry about like black people having rights and not being a slave. Like how do you interview AI George Washington without like catching him up with a couple things? Like, you know, he's doing research.
I think they discussed the Iran conflict.
That's so stupid. That guy just was. The Revolutionary War was just a bunch of like dirty idiots running through the woods. He like he was like probably hammered standing on the front of a boat crossing the Delaware. And then we're going to talk to him on the, let's get George Washington's opinion on what's going on in the Middle East. A place that he never had been, ever, for sure. He was born in America before it was America. What's your take on Iran? And he's like, what is Iran? Where's Iran? What's your take on Iran, Mr. President George Washington? God, that's hilarious. He's like, have we thought about making them slaves?
He said peace requires strength rather than appeasement.
Thanks, AI George Washington.
Yeah, thank you so
AIGW. Great take. Let's apply that quote to the Middle East. That'll help.
Yeah.
God. Oh, man, that just made me laugh so hard. That was a beautiful thing. They discussed the war in Iran. Oh, man.
I couldn't believe it as I read it, to be honest.
What have we come to? What have we come to is a great niche. I got gas on the way over here. Very chill $57 fill up. Love that.
Yeah, we recently traveled up to the Cincinnati area. It was $4.99 a gallon.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Never. That's the highest I've ever seen it.
Yeah, that's like what people have made fun of California for years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, like middle of nowhere. I was driving out to Murfreesboro recently, like kind of middle of nowhere, and you're like 387, even more than that.
Yeah.
490. Yeah, that's brutal, dude. I don't know if I buy the whole idea that oil is this non-renewable resource. How much of it is there? We've just been out of the earth. We've taken, I mean, what, 80 billion barrels a day or some just crazy thing. Speaking of AI, George Washington, ask him how many barrels a day. If it's not, and that's been since like the oil boom. I mean, people have been extracting oil from the earth in an insane amount from the ocean floor since the 50s, 60s, 70s. When?
To me, this feels low, but the current estimates is between 1.5 and 2 trillion barrels.
Ever?
No. Sorry, hold on.
No, I mean, it's an obscene
No,
amount
yes,
of oil.
ever, with 37 billion being consumed annually. Sorry, that's what I was looking for.
37 billion being consumed annually. So what's 2 trillion divided by 37? I mean, how many years have we been doing that? Is what I'm okay. How about 2 trillion barrels? That's not 2 trillion gallons. A oil drum is what, 80 gallons, 60 gallons? I'm throwing a lot at this guy over here. He doesn't got dual monitors. My man's opening multiple tabs on an iPhone. All I'm saying is it's like, if it's not renewable, then how much of it is there? If there's that much oil, then how come it's just not coming out of everywhere? It seems like it's just this thing that it seems like the blood of the earth, you know? Maybe it's meant to be extracted and used as a power source. Probably, certainly not to the extent that it has today, where it's being extracted and not only used as a power source, but it's like it's plastic, it's everything.
Roads,
it's in everything. So I don't know, the fact that it's that useful. You can run a car, or you can make a plastic boating site. You can make a boat. You can do anything with it. It does seem like it is some sort of like incredible, almost sacred thing. It feels like it would be the blood of the earth that it just makes and circulates. It's got to be. Maybe that's the dumbest take ever, but it's like, if they were worried about it actually running out,
this is
then we would know that.
What's crazy about the almost 2 billion or 2 trillion, ever, is that 850 billion of that has been the past 30 years. So almost half of that's been the past 30 years. Since 96. Sorry.
Since 96, a trillion barrels.
Yes.
All right. How much oil is there in the earth? It's got to be it's making more. I just don't think that it's non-renewable, man. And I'm sure that there's some guy that would be easily discredited who think he knows, who knows scientific facts, trying to prove this baseless conspiracy theory that I have. But like,
we're right at the halfway point. They're saying that there's 3.5 trillion total. We've used roughly 1.75 to 2 trillion, which means there's about 1.7 trillion left.
Yeah, and
so that means
I think my brain has just been broken with the amount of like psyops and incorrect information and everything that's just happened within the lifetime of a 35-year-old. But like, how do you know how much oil's in the earth?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Did you send out a census to the oil? Did you scan the whole earth? What did you do? How do you know that? Science interests me, and I do think that there is so much incredible science out there, and it's literally ignorance, in the sense that I don't know how a genius level guy would figure out how much oil there is in the earth, but I just don't buy it. Maybe that's the dumbest thing that a dumb person could say, but I'm just like, no, you can't. No, you didn't. No, you can't. We found a planet that's 13.9 billion light years away. No, you didn't. You're making that up. Yeah. No, you didn't, man. You didn't see it. You theorized it with math. This is just a cope for me not being able to fathom my brain being that different than someone else's. If you're so smart that you can do math until you find out that there's a planet 14 billion light years away, you're a different species than me. You know? You can figure out how much oil there is in the whole world. Like between here and China, like the in between, we don't really even know what's down there. Oh, we're actually halfway through our oil. Well, good. Then start wars over it and get 80 trillion. Well, then okay, cool. Well, then end the world. We're halfway through the oil. We're cooked.
It says there's, if you believe this, that we're on track for about another 45 years left of oil.
Great. Thanks. Thanks, news. Thanks, scientists. Thanks for crunching the numbers and finding that out and not figuring out a way to fix it. Yeah. 45, and then the great oil wars begin. That's a great conspiracy, is every guy who's ever created an engine that runs on water's ended up dead. Yeah. Some of these dead scientists that are popping up are geeking me out. It's, I don't know enough about it not to sound like more of an idiot than I've already sounded. But, that's a scary thing. Nuclear scientists and stuff.
Around a dozen of them.
A dozen.
Missing, yeah.
You know who doesn't get murdered? Scientists. It would be so crazy that if at Zanies in the last 10 years, at Zanies, a lot of employees, but comedians, servers, managers, box office, there's an army of people at Zanies. If within 20 years, 12 people that worked at Zanies all died of like suicide, murder, freak accident,
never found,
missing,
yeah,
you'd be like, yo, something sketchy is going on at Zanies.
Right. No, I think you're right.
They're just like, yeah, man, it's scientists, like nerds in white coats with glasses, man. We live a dangerous life, you know?
They did math too hard.
They mathed too hard.
Right.
Well, the funnest part about it is it's like, yeah, maybe they did math too hard and they were just like, time's not real. And they knew that. And then they offed themselves. I mean, literally, that tracks.
Kind of does, yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah.
It is that's the wildest one yet. Or like the guy who worst assassination attempt ever at the White House Correspondents' Meeting. That dude, did you see that weird tweet? People are like the furthest out on the conspiracy people right now is like time travel's happening. The guy who tried to kill President Trump was named Cole Allen, and then 3 years ago, some account with a Pepe the Frog as his avatar picture just tweeted out Cole Allen. It was his only tweet ever that he ever did. They tracked it down. It was this guy who worked with Cole Allen at NASA and at JBL. It's just weird stuff. I don't know. I think at this point it seems kind of cooked. They've jumped the shark. No one's really believing anything anymore. I think they just kind of want to break us. They just want to break our brains.
Another like odd thing about that was, so it's an old building is my point. Like it was the same place where Reagan, I believe, was shot. The security cameras are very old, and they used AI to enhance some of the video, which is like, why would you just old school enhance if you have to? Because that just gives the conspiracy theorists straight up fuel.
Oh, I know. Every story that comes out, it does. There's just 2 or 3 little details that just completely discredit it if you are inclined to lean that way. Mm-hmm. It does feel like they just kind of want to cook us. Tim Dillon was talking about it the other day on his pod. It was cracking me up where he was just like, there's an alien invasion that's going to happen and everyone's going to be like, whatever, man. I would have to be getting actively probed by an alien in a ship for me to be like, this is real.
It's almost fully come back to you got to see it to believe it, because videos mean nothing anymore. They've completely lied about all these lists. They've told us the truth about horrible things we don't even need to go back on.
I know.
And then, yeah, we're just like, okay, yeah, it's got to be in our face, like you said.
I know. And hopefully it doesn't get to that
Oh
point.
my gosh.
You know? I don't know. I was talking about it with Anna because Anna will just get it. She'll get like little flirts of weird stuff on her phone, and then she'll ask me about it and we'll talk. And it's like, yeah, there's a decent chance within the next couple weeks, whether it is an authentic thing or just another distraction, psychological operation, that there will be like real disclosure that comes out. The public will be aware of like really mind-bending, strange things. I mean, who's one of the guys who's in charge of it? He came out and he was like, a lot of this stuff we haven't, and this is a tale as old as time. A lot of this stuff we haven't released to the public because it would break people. And it's like, all right, well, didn't break you.
Right.
Why didn't it break you? Are you like, is it because you're a psychotic sociopath and don't care? Why would it break people? I don't know. So that'll just be a wild time. And I put it in the context of young Frank, dude. Young Frankie, man. No oil in 45 years? That's going to suck for her. Aliens are real when she's like 8 months old. AI. I mean, that sentence that you just said earlier where you're just like, videos aren't credible anymore. You can't trust any media outlet.
Yeah.
Like anything. So it's like in this age of like this dissolving sense of reality, certainly a dissolving sense of like communal experience. That's why I'm going back to the waving, man. Everybody is just always have been, I guess, to a certain extent, but at least they were experiencing the same like culture and ideas. Now everybody is just like a niche expert on everything. Everyone thinks everyone else is crazy, you know? Yeah, it freaks me out thinking about young Frank, who, by the way, is crawling. She's crawling. She's going forward. She figured it out. She's hitting it. And she'll grab the little bars and pull herself all the way up standing. She's going to be walking soon, I swear to God. She wants to stand and walk way more than she wants to crawl. It's crazy. It's freaking me out, man. It's truly freaking me out. She scratched my face the other day, bit my nose. I can't put my nose in her mouth and go like that anymore because she's got little shark teeth. I still do, but it hurts. I said something to Anna about it. I was like, yeah, she bit my nose the other day. And she was like, and I was like, I know, your nipples. Your nipples are dying. I know. And they are. We are mixing in just a scooch of formula. Throwing some formula in, mixing it in with the breast milk. You know, food's getting more out there. She ate some bread today. I globbed up a little banana. I take a bite of a banana, then take a spoon, mush it down, let her just chew on it. It's great. Yeah, I was on severe dad duty last weekend. I was in Lexington for those shows, and Anna worked Saturday and Sunday. So I took Frankie up there, and she was with Honey and Baba. But, you know, it was just the craziest juxtaposition of positions, like both nights, Friday and Saturday night, do these shows. They were awesome. High adrenaline, so much fun. Taking pictures, all this stuff. Then leaving, going straight home, spelling my mom from bedtime. At 10:20, I would be like on stage at the Lexington Opera House. And then 11 o'clock, I would be just in a dark, dark room with white noise machines going on with an asleep baby on my chest. It's just these crazy flops, just kind of sitting there, not sleeping.
Your nervous system has no idea what's going on.
None, dude. The fight or flight was all off. It was all off. Major cortisol spikes, I would imagine. But it was great. It was very fun. But Thursday night, Anna worked. Frankie was bad, sleeping. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, Daddy was ripping like 12 and a half, 13 hours of sleep. Total.
Oh, okay.
Total.
Okay.
Total. No. No, not at all. But big shouts to Mike and Molly. They witnessed her crawl for the first time, and me and Anna didn't even see her first crawls. It was funny. I got home and my mom was like almost forlorn. She was like bummed out. And I was like, what's going on? She's like, Frankie crawled. And I was like, that's amazing. She was like, I just feel bad that you guys didn't see it. She was like, don't tell Anna. I was like, I'm gonna tell Anna. You know? And she went from crawling to standing in like a day and a half. So it is what it is. The crawling won't be for long, man. I was just talking to my buddy Tom. Maybe he's listening to this episode. His kid's a freaking unit. Frankie's 19 pounds, about to be 7 months, because she just doesn't stop moving. All she does is eat milk and move. It's just constantly consuming and burning calories. But his kid is just such a stud. He's like 3.5 months, 17.5 pounds. Absolute piece of a baby. Were you a big baby?
No, I don't think so. I mean, when I was born, I think I was like 7 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was.
About right.
Yeah.
I saw something, and again, I don't know if it's AI or not, but there was a record baby born 17.5 pounds or something like that. Like, that's a full baby. That's dang near a toddler. Yeah, that's huge. I don't see how that lady worked. Hopefully that was AI and that a woman out there isn't just forever changed. There's really something to this sun tea. I like that.
Yeah, and 2023, I think is what it's saying. 16 pounds, Brazil.
Brazil?
Mm-hmm.
It's all butt. That's inappropriate.
In Tennessee, 12 pounds, 14 ounces.
Now we're talking. 12 pounds, 14 ounces. God, that's a big old kid. Oh, that's a big old kid. Perhaps C-section? Who knows? Gotta figure. Yeah, that kid came out and was like, Mama. Good looking out. Nice womb in there. It's a nice little womb. All right, man. Well, it's about wrap up time. Anything that I missed, Aiden, over here?
No, I think you got it all.
No, yeah, I think you got it all. I think you just like really just kept talking for however long we did. Thank you, man. It's been a wonderful week, but if you couldn't tell from the contents of this pod, I'm just burning on fumes, baby. And I'm feeling good. Never felt better. But yeah, life has just been moving really, really fast. I wish I was Aiden. Aiden's going on a dang vacation tomorrow with the boys. So do you get the idea that, like, will you guys get down to some tomfoolery or no?
I mean, yeah, we'll definitely be some shenanigans.
Shenanigans will be had, is what he's saying. Tomfoolery and shenanigans.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, that's fun. Who do you, just because I want to know and check back when you get back from vacation, let's make some vacation predictions.
Okay.
And you don't got to out your boys if you don't want to. No last names, obviously, but like, who will be the drunkest? Who's the biggest liability on the trip? As far as like, you go to a casino, who's the most likely, if any, to like fall asleep when he's there?
Ooh, not falling asleep.
Try to like go to the VIP section when he's not allowed. Who's the biggest, like, you know?
I think Thomas is the one we're watching out for.
All right, Thomas, you better mind your P's and Q's, son. Young Thomas, young Tommy boy. Hey, I was one of the Thomases in my group, so I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, keep it between the lines. And who's the birthday boy?
Jackson.
Okay, well, Jackson, have a good time. Make sure, just make sure Jackson gets his. You know, he's the priority. You know, is Jackson diva-ish?
No.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You don't want. There's really nothing worse than a guy who makes a huge deal out of his birthday. No, this was just an excuse to go to the beach with your boys.
Yes, yeah,
I love that it's a boys trip. Power to you guys for that. A lot of them in relationships.
Me and Jackson.
Oh, only two. Okay, holding it down. So you and the birthday boy.
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Not together, by the way. I got.
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about your past, but No, that's good. Well, that's cool. Little kinship with the birthday boy. Excellent, man. And then the rest of them are just lost souls. God love their hearts, huh? Thomas is just single out there, getting just blacking out.
Yep.
Power to him. All right. Well, have so much fun. Have so much fun down there. And yeah, we'll be back. And when we record next, Aiden's going to be tan. Love you guys. Bye bye.